Welcome to the beachside events here in Felixstowe for the Armed Forces weekend. How you all doing? You okay?
Yeah.
You sure? You got up just specially for today. It's nice to see so many people turned up here this morning. A whole host of entertainment for you between now and the fireworks at 10 o'clock tonight. But first of all, ladies and gentlemen, would you give a nice round of applause and welcome the leader of the council, Mr. Ray Herring.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, can I give you a very warm welcome to Felixstowe and indeed to this special Suffolk Armed Forces weekend. Suffolk Coastal District Council are very proud to actually host the event this weekend. Felixstowe has had a long and proud military history, as indeed has the area in general, and this weekend is our opportunity across the county of Suffolk to thank our servicemen and women, past and present, for their fantastic work and sacrifices. We have a number of distinguished guests here, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to start off with Lady Claire Euston, the Lord Lieutenant of Suffolk, the Queen's representative in and for Suffolk. Lady Claire.
Thank you very much, Ray. That's very kind. It's wonderful to be here today in our great town of Felixstowe. Absolutely wonderful. And I'm absolutely delighted. Today is Armed Forces Day, and the length and breadth of the British Isles, counties and communities are honouring and celebrating Armed Forces Day. Her Majesty the Queen is head of the Armed Forces, and it is my privilege today as Suffolk's Lord Lieutenant to represent her at these our Suffolk celebrations. The festivities that lie ahead symbolise our commitment to the Armed Forces Covenant, which means a great deal to Her Majesty the Queen, and it gives us all the opportunity today to show our appreciation for what the Armed Forces do day in and day out in our defence with selfless courage and professionalism. Suffolk has a long history in all three services, the Navy, the Army and the Royal Air Force, which celebrates its 100th anniversary this year. Today the following regiments are all based here, and I would like to pay tribute to them all. Suffolk is home to both regular British and Royal Air Force units. The Royal Anglian Regiment have their regimental headquarters here in Suffolk, in Bury St Edmunds, and they cover all the regiments in the east of England, so it is a matter of great pride that they are based in Suffolk. Wattisham Flying Station, represented here today, is home to our attack helicopter force and the 3rd and 4th Regiment Army Air Corps, also the 7th Aviation Support Battalion. I salute you all. Rock Barracks near Woodbridge is home to the UK's Rapid Reaction Force, the 23 Para Royal Engineers Regiment, part of the 16 Air Assault Brigade. And again, I salute you all on behalf of Her Majesty. RAF Honington near Bury St Edmunds is the home of the RAF Regiment, who will be receiving their new colours in July from Prince Harry. The RAF Force Protection Police are also based there. We have Army Reserve Centres in Bury St Edmunds, Lowestoft and Ipswich. And we have, I must mention today, what wonderful cadets we have in Suffolk. I think we've got a good contingent today, which I look forward to meeting later. We have a large number of reserves, and the RAF regiment has a full complement of reserves, which is something to be very proud of. So, on behalf of the county, I would like to thank you and to say we feel greatly privileged to have you all based here in the county. Also today, I want to thank all our military charities for their huge generosity to our troops in good times and bad. There are over 20 different charities represented here today in all the tents that you'll see around us. And I hope that you will support them, because it is through their wonderful support of all our military that we rely so much on them for the donations. They literally raise millions for our soldiers, and I would look forward to walking round later and meeting you all. I very much want to thank Suffolk Coastal and the town of Felixstowe for arranging this great event today and tomorrow. It's going to be a fantastic weekend, and without more ado, I will pass you back to Councillor Herring. Thank you, Ron.
Thank you very much, Claire. I'd now like to introduce to you a very important guest, Warrant Officer Rob Drake. Rob is representing the 6th Regiment, the Army Air Corps. Rob.
Good morning, Felixstowe, and welcome to Armed Forces Day 17. I actually, in addition to representing 6th Regiment Army Air Corps, are also here on behalf of all members of the Suffolk or Armed Forces community within the county of Suffolk. And I want to keep this nice and short, which is good. I'd like to sort of mention a couple of things about Armed Forces Day and what it means to us as a community. Many things to many people. But for us, it's a good opportunity to come and engage with the local community with whom we serve. It's a chance for us to say thank you to what you do on our behalf. And thank you for everything you do to support us when we're going through the various different types of jobs, operations and work that we do. And particularly at this particular particularly challenging time. So many thanks to you all for that. It's also an opportunity for us to engage with you as a community, because although we're in the military, we still have families, we still have children. But sometimes it can be very seen by both sides that we're locked away behind the walls, locked away behind the fences. It's a great opportunity with events like this to come and meet people on both sides, and for all of us to engage with each other. And hopefully lots of lasting friendships will come from that, and it'll leave a lasting legacy. Now obviously days like this take an awful lot to plan. I would like to make some very profound thank yous. I'd like to start by thanking the Mayor of Felixstowe and of course all the people of Felixstowe for hosting this event. It takes an awful lot to manage it, to host it, and to run an event of this size and this magnitude. The fact that you have done and stepped forward to take that on is massively appreciated by the Armed Forces community. So that is really, we're very grateful for that. Secondly, I'd like to thank the unsung heroes of the day, I would argue, the Armed Forces Day 17 Planning and Organisational Committee. Many are stood round here at the moment who've done an incredible job over the past 12 months to organise this event. They've worked tirelessly, morning, noon and night, weekends, both organising, planning and also delivering the event on the day. So thank you for everything that you've done. You'll see a lot of people with a lot of glamorous blue jackets on at the moment, a lot of other volunteers that are giving their time up to come and support the day. And that's not lost on us as a community. That's very much appreciated. So thank you very much to all of you involved in delivering that day. I'd also like to thank the Suffolk County Council, Suffolk Coastal District Council, the Felixstowe Town Council for everything that they've done to finance and support this. Without going through all the intricate detail, an awful lot has to go into it, and a lot of those staff, in addition to their busy daytime jobs, have worked tirelessly to deliver this. So on behalf of the Armed Forces community, thank you very much for that. And I would like to reserve a very special place to the last group of people, which is every single person that's here today to show your support. It's very much appreciated. What you do means an incredible amount to all of us from the Armed Forces community. It demonstrates that you're absolutely behind us every inch of the way, and that's really good to see you. All that's left for me to say is I hope you have a fantastic time. Please do take the opportunity to speak with the serving soldiers and airmen that are here. and the naval personnel. I think there are a few amongst us, and also the veterans as well. And hopefully we can create some long-lasting relationships. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rob, very much indeed for that presentation. We all realise that the armed forces are under real pressure, and we're so pleased that you're able to play a key role in terms of this celebration this weekend. Everyone will be no doubt well aware how well Felixstowe is looking at the moment, whether it's those traditional the seafront gardens which have been recently refurbished, whether it's the play area at Martello Park, or indeed the Martello Tower, which some of you will be visiting no doubt in the course of the festive celebrations this weekend. And indeed this events area here, the old boating lake, and this is given over now to a range of events. So Felixstowe is going very well, and it's down to a number of organisations, indeed people. And one of those organisations, very supportive, is Felixstowe Town Council. And we have the Mayor of Felixstowe here, Councillor Nick Barber, who'd just like to say a few words. Nick.
Good morning and welcome to our wonderful town of Felixstowe. To all our visitors, special dignitaries, forces personnel, we extend a warm welcome to you all. It's going to be a great action-packed weekend, and Felixstowe is very proud to be hosting this event. Please remember the 4 items you need for a great day by the sea: a bottle of water, sun cream, ice cream and fish and chips. Please enjoy the weekend, and I will now stop talking, and hopefully we'll have some music very soon. Thank you.
Right, thank you very much, Nick. Can I just finally just give my thanks for all those who have actually contributed either as a sponsor, given their time as a volunteer, the organising committee, to putting this weekend together. And now the main thing is actually to go out and enjoy yourselves, and hopefully the weather will hold. There's a breeze likely to last all weekend, and please enjoy the weekend. Thank you very much indeed.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please put your hands up for our dignitaries here this afternoon. Thank you, or this morning. Thank you very much indeed. And they'll be leaving the stage. We'll get ready for the choir. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great day and enjoy the festivities, the enjoyment here today, and for the rest of the weekend, for that matter. Are you ready for some music? Yeah! You sure?
As I went down in the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear the starry crown? Good Lord, show me the way. Oh, sisters, let's go down. Come on down, don't you wanna go down? Oh, sisters, let's go down, down in the river to pray. As I went down in the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear the starry crown? Good Lord, show me the way. Oh, brothers, let's go down. Come on down, don't you wanna go down? Oh, brothers, let's go down, down in the river to pray. As I went.
Ladies and gentlemen, corps drums.
Welcome, please.
Carry on with that order. Right vision, left hand face. Forward now. Yeah.
I don't know about you lot, but I'm terrified already.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Order your point. Yeah.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
No.
We are the Suffolk militia, here to defend you against those ruthless Dutch invaders. We represent a body of Restoration soldiers from 1667, a unit of pikemen and musketeers ready to repel any Dutch invader. And I understand they may have invaded a couple of hours ago. Is that correct? I was having my lunch. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to demonstrate how the pikemen and the musketeers, a unit of this period, would work, how they would use their weapons, defeat and kill their enemies, and protect you, the good people of Felixstowe. First of all, our musketeers are loading up, and once they have completed that task, we shall get down to business, shall we? Right, Mr. Towers, Mr. Churchill, you can let me know when you're both completed. Ladies and gentlemen, you may be surprised to have learnt that you are being invaded by the Dutch today, on this day in 1667. The Dutch are our friends, are they not? Well, no, they are not. They are our bitter commercial rivals. And we have been at war with Holland. And merely a few weeks ago, they sailed up the Medway and sank half the Royal Navy. You may not have read this in your history books, because it is one of the most humiliating events in the history of the Royal Navy. Therefore, we pretend it didn't happen. But it did. And encouraged by this success, they are now launching further raids upon the coast. And for reasons best known to themselves, they have picked Felixstowe as their next target. But fear not. We shall repel these vile invaders and teach them a good lesson.
Musketeers ready, sir?
Very good. The firepower of this unit is provided by the musketeers. They're armed with predominantly a matchlock musket. It can fire a couple of rounds a minute, possibly 3 if they're really well trained. And what I'm going to ask the musket officers to do is to fire off, I suggest by salve, followed by a drill book exhibition of loading and firing. So gentlemen, if you can proceed.
Musketeers, will fire by salve. Front rank will nail. Second rank will lead in. Aiming very high. Present. Ready to get fire. And fire. Come on.
That'll teach the Dutch, won't it, ladies and gentlemen? That is a salve when all the musketeers fire together. And now to demonstrate the intricacy of musket drill, Mr. Towers is going to sound out all of the musket calls.
To the line, to the barrier, man, stand barrier. Bring your body forward to the barrier.
And please watch and listen very carefully. Now, one thing I should say, ladies and gentlemen, if you're concerned about loud bangs and loud noises, if you have young children or aged grandparents, then please make sure you cup your hands over your ears when the musketeer is about to give fire, and also keep your mouths open. It is not a good look, I have to say, but it will help you. Yes.
Musketeers, have a care. Open your pan. Clean out your pan. Handle your primer. Prime your musket. Close your pan. Blow off your loose powder. Cast off your loose powder. Cast your musket around to the left. Handle your charge. Charge your musket with powder. And what?
How many orders does this require? A great many. Something like 30, yes?
Handle your scouring stick. Withdraw. Reverse. Shorten. Ram home the charge.
30 odd orders and 30 odd movements, ladies and gentlemen. It is a complicated business.
Shorten and return. Give rest to your musket. Handle your match and blow upon your coal. Cock and try your match. You're going to go friendly.
Now's your time, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, musketeers. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you may just be wondering, oh God, that was really slow. They're all going to get killed. But I have to tell you, I believe Mr. Towers is about to order the musketeers to load and fire under battlefield conditions. which is a lot quicker, or at least I certainly hope so. Is that right, Mr. Towers?
Yeah.
Please carry on.
That's correct. The orders that you just saw me give to the musketeers, that's how they would train when they were at their headquarters. When they were in battle, all the loading commands right down to the bit where they actually point the musket and shoot were boiled down to a 2-word command, which I'm going to give the soldiers now. Musketeers, make ready! When made ready, right hand about face and give fire.
No.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, cup your hands over your ears, open your mouths. And that was Musketeer Parker. Well done, Musketeer, a veteran soldier.
Well done, Mr. Parker. Like me to give you a kicking when we get
Thank you very much, Musketeers. Kindly regain your ranks and files. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the division of shot, the Musketeers, the firepower of our military unit. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the puissant pike. The pike, 16 foot long, tipped with steel. Only the tallest, bravest, strongest of soldiers could be pikemen. So if the musketeers provide the firepower, the pikemen provide the hand-to-hand combat.
Step!
With a wall of spears aimed straight at your faces.
Lunging gently, because we don't want to injure these lovely people. Lunge! Lunge! Recover!
A little too gentle, that gentleman. They don't seem terrified at all.
This one's laughing at you. You're meant to be soldiers, not tin pots. Order your pikes.
The pikemen are going through the postures of the pike. That's the different positions they use to hold their pikes in different circumstances. You have just seen them charge their pikes, thrust and lunge their pikes where they totally fail to frighten you. They're currently at order.
Advance your pikes.
Now they're at the advance, which is for when they start off a march.
Open your order from the centre. Order your pikes. Lay your pikes down to the floor.
And now I believe the pikemen, having laid down their pikes, they are going to pick them up again, as a well-drilled military unit should do, in one fluid, swift manoeuvre. Is that not correct?
Yes, sir. They will do it all together. Forward. All together. Gentlemen, handle your pikes. Here we go again. One fluid movement. Recover.
As I said, one fluid mover by these well-trained, highly disciplined soldiers. Was that one fluid movement, ladies and gentlemen? No?
Yeah, that'll do. That'll do.
Well, Corporal, kindly shout at the pikemen. That wasn't very good at all. Then make them do it again.
Corporal Malloy, I'm not happy.
Oh.
Sussex militia! You are soldiers! You want to defend the peace of the Dutch! Agreed to defend the Dutch from the Dutchland! Now let's do this again as the officer tells us! Order your party. Thank you.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, as you are a very critical audience, they're going to do it again.
Okay.
And hopefully they're going to do it better this time.
Gentlemen, lay your pikes to the floor. Cover. Handle your pikes. Recover. 1, 2, 3.
Was that any better?
Yeah.
Round of applause for the brave pikemen. Who've now demonstrated they can at least pick up their weapons.
Oh, where?
What could possibly go wrong?
Who are you, though?
Thank you. Now, gentlemen, let us not forget the other purpose of the pikemen, which is to protect the whole army against attacks by cavalry, which is why the pike is 16 foot long. It keeps horsemen away, so they can't hit you over the head.
Close your order to the centre. Charge your pike to the horse to the fore. Be very careful of the ground, please.
And there you see, the pike is charged, aimed at the head of the chest of the horse.
Have you ever seen a giraffe, boy?
No.
And because some horse riders may not be all that bright, I'm not naming names, and they may still charge and keep trying to go forward, and yet the horses are rather more intelligent and will do what is sensible and stay away. And in this way, the pikemen protect the whole army.
Oh.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. That was the division of pike. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't have very much time today because we have to go off and hopefully defeat the Dutch and save your lives and your property. So we will be departing in a minute. But before we do so, we'd just like to salute you all and thank you for being a very nice audience, a very, dare I say, patient audience. Suffolk militia, make ready for general salute.
General, salute!
In 1667, the Dutch Admiral de Ruyter actually attacked the Medway, and in fact they not only attacked the Medway, but they broke through the boom, they got past Upnor Castle, and they actually started firing the English ships that were there, including the Royal Charles, which they captured and took away. The Royal Charles actually was the old Naseby, but obviously Charles II didn't want a ship named after a battle that his father had lost in the English Civil War. By this period of time, the pike at one stage, which was the most important weapon as they thought, had slowly but surely given way to the firelocks and the musket lock, and they were less and less seen on the battlefield. The matchlock muskets that they were used were slowly but surely being phased out, and a firelock or flintlock, or even a name that you might come across called a snap-haunce, was being used. In fact, the Duke of Albany's regiment was specifically issued only with firelock. By this time, that kept their firepower going.
Rear half mile, stuffing your ranks, forward to the left!
At the time, to load a musket by the book would have taken something like 42 motions, but you will hear the orders of as you were, which is a very military command even nowadays, and then the order to make ready, and this is to the musketeers, so they make ready by pouring powder into their pan, pouring powder down, so you prime your gun with powder, followed by prime your gun with ball and wadding, then you ram home, then you replace your scouring stick, as it was then called, not the ramrod, and then it was brought round to high port, and then making sure if it was a matchlock that the coal was burning brightly, and they are certainly having a good time. The fighting prowess of the Dutch has overcome a number of the pikemen, and I'm noticing the Grenadiers have managed to withdraw themselves, called a pusher pike, whereas in the old days they would have gone in at point, they would have pushed on, and then that whole fight of a pike would have gone. Slowly but surely, the English have been defeated, and now is the coup de grace coming from the Dutch onto those that are remaining. They very rarely gave quarter. It was one of the nastiest experiences. By far, the major casualties in all of these events is that if you broke, that's when the killing started. And in fact, just to hark back to the English Civil War, some 25% of the population of England, Ireland and Scotland and Wales were actually killed during the whole of the Civil War and the 2 or 3 Civil War events.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Dutch were victorious! You have the dead by clapping! Thank you very much!
And you still have that